You have to unmute yourself, Chastity.
Chastity, you're on mute.
Hey,
Okay,
I'm sorry.
all right.
I was clicking and nothing.
Okay, so what we will be doing today is we'll be going through our algebra quiz. I want to make sure you understand it. Jeff, you did well on the quiz.
Thank you.
You certainly did. And
And I really try hard.
yes, it shows too. It really does. All right, so
Oh,
we'll be
Miss Beckles, you just called me. I'm sorry, I missed your call. I was trying to get everything ready.
she's not on. Okay, we'll be doing that. Plus, we'll be going through that last worksheet on algebra. I think we stopped at number 20. So, all right, let's just get started with the quiz. Now, this one I said you could do as ratio proportion. I think you had that one correct, right?
I don't have it on mute right now. I don't know what my daughter put on my books.
That's okay. I think you
And
had
she's
it
like,
right.
I don't. She got her books, and she mixed them with mine. And I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah, I think you had it correct. I had the scores, but I don't have them with me. Yes, but this one I said you could set up as ratio proportion. So let's just see. Chess, do you know how you would set this up as ratio proportion?
I think I did it. I think I did it my way. I don't know them.
Okay, tell me how you did it.
I don't have the test on me like right now to see it.
Oh, can you see it here?
Yeah.
If 5 ounces is equal to 140 grams, then 2 pounds is equal to how many grams? Well, we had to convert the pounds to grams, right? I mean, to ounces. 1 pound is 16 ounces, 2 pounds.
32.
That's right. 2 pounds equal 32 ounces. All right, so let's just set this up so we can have ounces over grams equal ounces over grams, because the proportion is setting two ratios equal to each other. So we would have 5 ounces, and this is equal to 140 grams. So let's just put that over 40, 140. Okay, so this would be 140. Let's take out the underline. We don't need it there. Okay, and that would be equal to. And
You cross multiply, right?
yes, exactly. So 2 pounds equal to how many grams? So we already said, you said 2 pounds is 32 ounces. So we put 32 ounces. And what we're looking for is how many grams that 32 ounces is equal to. So let's just underline that, and we'll call that N. That's our unknown. Okay, now let me just bring that up a little.
Is anybody else coming on class today?
Audrey, but Audrey's always late because on Monday she has to take her timesheet to her office, and she's got 2 buses that she has to travel with, and I don't know how the rain is affecting her today. And then Latoya is having problems with her phone, so I don't know if she's gonna make it on, but she's at work, so I think she was working with a client, so hopefully she'll join us later. And Yannick, we didn't hear from.
I hope they make it. Mhm.
Yeah, I hope so. Well, I'm recording, so if they come later, they can always go to YouTube, look at the beginning. Now, you said cross multiply. That is correct. So that means we multiply 5 times N, and 32 times 140. So that will be 5N. What would that be equal to, Chastity?
Oh, no.
32 times 140. 32 times 140. Get 4480.
Oh, 30 times 1, 4 is
32 times
140.
140. I get 4,480.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what do we do next?
30.
To solve for N. What's the next step?
5 ounces times N.
Well, if we're right here, Chastity, if 5N
Oh, 5 ounces.
is equal to 4480, how do we solve for N?
So it's a 5 ounces times 4,480.
No, 5N, that's multiplication, right? What's the opposite of multiplication?
Division?
That's right. So we divide both sides by what?
Wait, is that? Sorry.
What do we divide both sides by? We're solving for N.
Divide both sides by N.
No, N is what you're looking for. You want something that says N equal. How do you get just N on this side? What do you divide by?
By 5.
That's it. Excellent. Divide both sides by 5. So let's just do that. Let's just take the 5N equals 4480.
Really?
And you don't really need the comma. I'll probably take it out. Okay. Okay, so we put the 5 as a divisor on the left side. And we put 5 as the divisor on the right side. We don't really need the comma. Take it out. Okay. So we put 5 underneath here. That's 5. And 5 on the right side. Okay. Now let's just bring that up. Okay. Now 4480. Now what do we get on the left side, Chester? What's 5N divided by 5? What do we get?
So with the by both sides, right? So
Yeah, on the
we
I'm
don't-
just looking at the left side here. What's 5N divided by 5?
1 N.
1N, very good. So we can say 1N or N. All right. Now let's divide 4480 by 5.
Okay. I'm gonna use my calculator. It's
Go
okay?
ahead. Yes, I want you to use the calculator.
$896.
Okay. 896. So 1N or N is 896. And what answer is that?
See.
Very good. Answer.
Oh,
Answer
it was
what?
easier than what I thought.
Yeah. What's the answer?
896 C.
C. That's right. Answer C. That's it. That's the answer. You see remember I said a proportion is setting two ratios equal to each other. So the problem gave you what? It says 5 ounces is equal to 140 grams. So, all right. All right. Then 2 pounds is equal, and we just put here how many grams. So this is what we're given. This is what we have to find. 5 ounces is 140 grams. 2 pounds is how many grams? So one ratio is 5 ounces over 140. The other ratio is 32 ounces over an unknown number of grams, and we just calling it N. All right. Cross multiply 5 times N, 5N, 32 times 140 is 4,480. Now we have a multiplication. So to solve for N, we do the opposite, because remember, multiplication can be side by side. 5N means 5 times N. Hello, Audrey.
She
Audrey.
said-
Yeah. Audrey? I see her name, but maybe she can't hear me. Audrey?
I got my test back.
Hello, Audrey? Hello, Audrey?
I don't want you to get confused though, what they teaching in school.
What did you
I
say,
see that
Chess?
you're on, but we can't hear
We
you.
can't hear Audrey.
Could you tap your screen again? You should see something where it says mute or unmute.
She doesn't seem to be on mute, because I don't see her microphone on mute.
I'm
Audrey?
sorry, Miss Barbara.
No problem.
Hello? Audrey? Right. Did you tap the screen?
Waiting for Audrey to.
Do you have a
Fine.
laptop or desk? I keep asking if you tap your screen, but then I'm not sure if
Is
you
she
have
on
a
an
laptop.
iPad or?
Are you on an iPad or a desktop? What is it?
Audrey? So we could say 1N, or we could say N equal 8, 9. Audrey? I don't know, she must, I don't know why she's not hearing me. Hopefully she'll catch up. So the first problem, ratio proportion. That's not the only way you could do it. What's another way you think you can do it?
Mm,
Latoya, Chastity, what's another way you could do it?
I don't know, I just did division and then I multiply. And then I multiplied twice. And then I got the 896 as an answer.
Okay.
Maybe you could teach me the other way. I know you had already, most likely.
Well, ratio proportion. Do you know if you did ratio proportion?
No, I didn't. I did it differently. That's the way I'm telling you about number one.
Oh, okay.
But I got the same answer.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a different way of doing it. You could, the other way of doing it is just to say, okay, I've got 2 pounds, which is 32 ounces, divide 32 by 5, and then multiply the result by 140. You get the same answer,
Yes.
okay? Because if you say 5 ounces is 140 grams, and then there's another way you could do it.
Well, yeah, I divided 140 over 5.
And that
It
would
gave me
give you
28.
okay, that gives you the number of ounces, the number of grams in 1 ounces. And then you multiply that by 32, right?
I did, after that, I multiplied the 28 by 16, which gave me 448
And then you multiply that by 2.
by 2.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, that's another way of doing it. Because you
Is
can
it
say-
okay? It's good
Yeah,
to do it
that's
that way?
fine. No,
Oh, okay.
math always has more than one way of doing the problem. Which one you're comfortable with is okay.
I think with the dividing and multiplying, I think I'm on.
Yeah, because
But you know what? Thank you so much, because you just break everything down perfectly.
yeah,
I really want to thank you so much for your time and, your
okay,
effort in teaching us.
okay.
And because I take so much in consideration of your time, I always try to be here on time with you.
Mhm, mhm.
And it's not either one or both classes,
Right,
I
right.
really, it's really clear. You are really teaching me a lot.
That's really, really
It's
good. I
so
like the way you
much.
explain when you send your answers, and that's really good. That shows you really understanding it. Because like I say, you could use ratio proportion or find how many grams in 1 ounce. Then you could multiply that, like you said, 16 by 2. Or you could say the 16 ounces, 1 pound. So 2 times, that's 32. So once you find the number of grams in 1 ounce, multiply that by 32, and you'll get the same answer. Okay. So whichever way is comfortable for you, you can do. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to Latoya. Oh, Audrey, you're on mute.
Yeah, Miss Barbara.
Oh, hello, Latoya. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, I've been
Hi,
in and out. Hi,
All
Chastity.
right,
how are you?
we just started, so we're doing the algebra quiz, and I guess Latoya, you didn't have a chance to do that, right?
Yeah, I do about 5 out of 13.
Oh, you did. You sent me the quiz.
No, I didn't get the chance.
Oh, okay. All right. I
It
was
wouldn't.
thinking, how
It
did I
wouldn't.
not get it?
It wouldn't print, and I can't do it on my phone.
Oh, you can't text it? Well, why not email it
No,
to me?
no, my phone need to put in
All right,
a
it says
new
on mute.
SIM
They on mute. And
card.
they got start video and they got to cross through the start video.
Yeah, my phone need a
Audrey.
new SIM card.
Oh.
Oh, so
But when I went to the store, they not
You can hear
open
me,
it
Miss
because
Barbara?
somebody have the
yes,
virus.
I hear you, Audrey.
Okay.
We're just
All
getting
right.
started. We're doing the quiz.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
did it already. You did well
Right
on
then,
it,
Miss
right?
Miss. Oh, she gone.
Yeah, we were just doing the first problem, and I was just saying the different ways you could do it.
Mhm.
Audrey, Latoya, I was just saying you could use the ratio of proportion, which means
Mhm.
setting two ratios equal, or you can do like Chastity did. You could find how many grams in 1 ounce, and
Mhm.
then multiply that by 16, and then multiply that by 2. Or you could find the number of grams in 1 ounce, and that's divide 140 by 5, and then multiply that by 32, because 2 pounds is 32 ounces. And you get the same answer, C. You follow, Audrey,
Mhm.
Latoya?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get
Okay.
896 for that
Yeah,
one.
896. That's
I
right.
got that one right.
That's the answer. But I was saying to Chastity, whichever way you feel comfortable doing it. I put the ratio proportion, but that's not the only way to do it. There's like 2 or 3 other ways you could do it. And I was going through a way that might be easier for you. Find how many grams in 1 ounce and then multiply that result by 32, because you have 2 pounds, and that would give you the answer. All right. Now let's go to number 2. Solve for n. Latoya, how do you do this one?
You do parentheses first.
That's right. Excellent. So you tell me, I'll copy this, and you tell me what you got. You said
It's gonna
this.
be 40.
Okay, let's copy that. And I put it here. You say you do parentheses first, PEMDAS, order of operations. So 5 times 8 is 40. Okay.
Yeah.
5 times minus n is what?
5n.
Plus or minus?
Minus 5n.
That's right. Minus 5n. And we just put 3n.
Minus 16.
Minus 16. Okay, what do we do next, Latoya?
Combine like terms.
That's it. So how do I do that?
Minus 40, both sides.
Okay, you want to, okay, subtract. And there's more than one way. Somebody may have done it differently. Subtract 40 from both sides. Some may want to start with the 5n. Really doesn't matter. Okay. Okay, so let's do what Latoya says. Subtract 40 from both sides. Let's copy that and then do our subtraction. So 40 minus 5n minus 40 on the left, and then minus 40 on the right. So what do we get on the left side, Latoya?
5n.
That
Minus 5n.
That's it. Minus 5n And what do we get on the right side?
Equal 3n
3n Mi-
16 minus
minus 16 minus 40 equal what?
4,
Oh, minus 16 minus 40?
56.
56.
That's it. Minus 56. Add the negatives. Negative, negative gives negative.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the next step, Latoya?
Minus 5.
You want to get, you said like terms. You want to get
Yeah.
your 3n with your 5n. How would you
Yeah.
do that?
You divide it.
No. How is 3n connected to a minus 56?
Mhm.
This is a plus,
It's a
right?
plus. You minus 3n.
That's it. Subtract 3n from both sides. Okay. All right, so let's do that. Let's copy this and put our 3n here. Okay. Okay, so we'll subtract our 3n. This would be minus 3n, and then we do the same on the right, minus 3n. And what do we have on the left, Latoya?
5 minus 5n.
That's it, minus 5n, because the minus, no, the on the left side, what do we have?
5n
Minus 5n minus 3n. What does that equal to?
Oh, 2 minus 2n, sorry.
No.
Oh,
Minus,
sorry,
minus.
minus 8n.
That's right. Okay, minus 8n. And what do we have on the right side?
Minus 56.
That's it. And what's the next step?
You divide both sides by 8.
Minus 8,
Minus 8.
right? Divide both sides by minus 8. So let's do that.
Can I have it?
Okay, so let's just copy that and then put the minus 8 under it. And we divide both sides by minus 8. So on the left side,
Where's the black one? You have the brown one?
we have a minus 8. Okay. Minus 8. And then on the right side, same number, minus 8. So what do we have left on the left side, Latoya?
N.
That's right, because minus 8 over minus 8 is just 1 n or n, right? So
Yeah.
and what do we have on the right side?
It's 7. 8 into 56 is 7.
That's it. Minus minus gives plus. So n is 7.
Yeah, I get that one right too.
Okay, what answer is that?
I think it's
Let's go back up.
D,
D.
as in David.
That's right.
But
Yeah, I did that one.
I combine, instead of the 40, I combine plus 16, positive 16 both sides.
Okay, tell me what you did, Chastity. What did you do?
I combine, positive 16 on both sides. Give me 56. 56 minus 5n equals 3n.
Okay,
9.
now starting here, what did you do?
I multiply 5 times a,
Okay, you got 40.
minus 5n,
Okay,
3n minus 16.
right.
I combine on both sides the positive 16.
Okay, right. Yeah, that's the other way you could do it. Latoya did a subtracted 40. What you did, you say, since have a minus over here, I'll add the 16. Okay, and you got 56. and then you added the 5N here and got the 2N, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's another way of doing it. So I say there's more than one way. Whichever way is comfortable for you, you do it. Okay, the thing to remember is that you do the opposite operation. So 40 is being added here, you subtract it. Minus 16 is subtracted, so you add it. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Any questions on number 2? Audrey, you had that one correct, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's go to number 3. Number 3 is really a mental math problem, right?
Yeah.
Leanne worked 22 hours and made $308. So you could find out how much she made per hour, right?
Yeah.
And then multiply it by 15 and you get your answer, correct? Or you could use ratio proportion. Now, someone tell me how they did it. How did you do it, Audrey?
Oh my God. I make paper. Hurry up. All kinds of papers.
How did you do it, Audrey?
Let me see.
She worked 22 hours and made 308. If she works 15 hours the next week at the same pay rate, which means the same rate per hour, how much will she make? How did you do this one?
I can't remember how to do it right now. I work on so much different papers. I can't remember. I know, right? I'm trying to look for the book.
You remember how you did it? Well, how would you do it?
Miss Barbara, they work on so much pieces of papers, and when they done, I put them papers aside.
Trust me on that one. I got paper all over the place. It's like, what am I doing?
Well, like I say that you could do ratio proportion. Audrey, what would it look like if you had ratio proportion? Tell me, what would you write?
Okay. Oh man, if I had a ratio and proportion,
Yeah, if you did it ratio proportion, tell me what it would look like. What would it look like?
22
Okay,
over
22,
15.
22 hours, okay. And you put that over 15 hours
15.
over hours, okay.
Times 308 over 1.
Okay, that's 15 hours. Okay, the 22 hours is 308, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's equal to 308. And that's over what?
Over.
That's our
Wow.
unknown, right?
No, that right.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Yeah, you can call it, we'll call it N. Okay. Now we don't need a underline in the middle. Okay, now Audrey, what's your next step?
You cross multiply.
That's right, okay, cross multiply. And what do you get? 22 times N, Audrey, is what?
Okay, that is
What's 22 times N?
22 times n is 22.
22N, right? 22N, side by side multiplication. Okay, and then 308 times 15. 308 times 15. What is that equal to, Audrey?
4,620.
Let's see, 308 times 15. What did you get? What did you get, Audrey?
I get 4,620.
That's correct, 4,620. Okay, now you have 22N equals 4,620. So let's just write this, 22N equal 4,620. 620. What's your next step, Audrey?
You want to divide the 4620 by 22.
Divide both sides.
Right, both sides, right.
Right.
That's
Divide both sides by 22. And what does that give you, Audrey?
210.
That's it. Okay, so let's just take this, copy it, and do what we said. Divide both sides by 22. Put the 22 underneath the 22n. Also underneath the 4620, put the 22. Okay, so we put 22 here and 22 here. So what do we get on the left side, Audrey?
And then I said you get n.
N, that's right. 22 over 22 is 1. So you get n. And you said you got what, 210?
210.
210.
Yeah, get that one right
You
too.
got that one right? Very
Yeah.
good, LaJoya. You on a roll.
Mhm.
Chastity, you had that one correct, right?
Yes, I divided 308 by 22. Then,
Yeah, and got
I
the
got
hourly rate.
14. Yeah,
Yeah, that would be the simple way to do it, I think, is find how much the hourly rate is and then multiply it by the number of hours.
yes.
And
Yeah,
either
that's
I
way,
how
got
I
it
did
right.
it too.
yeah, very good, 210. Whichever way works for you. Remember I say math, there are different ways of problem solving. So
I need to get a book.
use whichever way is comfortable for you. All right?
I need to get a book to write in, man. I doing it on all kind of papers and all kind of stuff.
Okay.
That's
very
what I'm
good.
doing now.
Oh, you have a little book to write things in, Audrey? No?
I write on all kind of books, all kind of papers, and I even write my church.
No, you need a
I do that
tablet.
too.
You need
I do that.
you need a
Right,
tablet because what happens with papers, because I know I've done that too, and you forget what paper you wrote it on because you're trying to save paper, something I typed on and I didn't type
Yes.
on the other side, and mark it up. And
Then you go crazy looking for it.
so it's better because I have two little tablets and I know to look at one of those tablets and it's a lot easier to keep up with things.
Oh man, I gotta go to the store and get a book.
Yeah, get yourself a little tablet. It makes it a whole lot simpler for you. Simplify your life, Audrey.
I got so much stuff going on. I more on my church stuff than anything else, to be honest.
I can understand that. I can understand that because like this is not our only life. We have other things going on. I have the same thing, organization I belong to where I'm keeping minutes and all that. So
so when you're going out, and you're coming in, and then you gotta rush here and rush there and get back here and get back there. And it took a lot from there, you get so.
but you know what, I find it easier to have folders for the various things. Like I have a folder for 2 different organizations that I have to keep minutes for. So I keep them in folders. So when I'm ready for the next monthly meeting, I pull out the folder.
And I have 3 folders, 2 notebooks, loose notes.
You got a lot.
I'm not lying. I like, listen, it comes to a point that I'm like, okay, look, I'm gonna show you. I have 1, 2, then I have a 3rd one because I have my math class too, and then I have another notebook over here, and then I have this notebook that I started using today, and I said, let me just
Okay.
this,
Do you
my
have
tutoring in
labels?
one
Do you have
notebook.
labels on them? Chastity,
yes,
do you put labels to say what they are? Because I put labels on mine. Or
Yes,
I
yes.
put
Look at my labels.
To be
Let me
honest,
see
I'm
how-
not organized right now. This class. I'm not.
I got,
I'm
you
not
see my
organized.
labels?
Oh, okay. Hold it up.
And at the top,
Oh,
and at the
okay. You got
bottom, yes, I have my instructor's name. I have my math class professor on top.
okay.
And then actually, no, you're on top and she's at the bottom. And I have yours right here, Miss Barbara.
Okay.
It's crazy. I like
Oh.
tutoring and math. Tutoring and math. Okay. So I got,
Okay.
look, I
But
got little sleeves in
but
here.
it's paying off, Chastity, because you're certainly doing
Yes, it
better.
is.
Yeah.
I love
it's
it.
paying
I
off.
love being nice and neat. That's one thing.
Well,
I have
that's really good. It makes things easier for you because
yes, it
you
does.
spend a lot of time looking for things. You think about all the time you're wasting looking for things.
True.
Yeah, even my
True.
daughter for my math class, my daughter put the passcode and everything here, all the information for the Zoom.
Okay, nice.
Whenever I'm running late,
Yes.
She gets on it and she has everything ready for me.
Oh, you have a good
Thank God, my
daughter.
baby. Yeah.
You have a
Yeah,
good
she's very
daughter.
good.
She doing school online?
Yeah, she's 10 years old. She says she wanted to learn what I'm doing, but I don't want her to get mixed up. She's
Oh.
only in 4th grade.
Oh boy. But you know, some of these things they do learn in 4th grade. I was going over place value with somebody and they're having problems. I say, you know, students learn that in 2nd grade, 2nd and 3rd grade.
Yeah,
They learn
Well, she
place
came with her
value.
notebook and her pen, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" She was like, "Oh, I want to learn with you. I'm gonna sit with you." I was like, "Okay." But I
Okay.
guess she got like shy and she
Uh-huh.
like just went back to doing her things.
Well, she probably lost interest. It's probably just as well. Sometimes they're not ready for in advance. They'll know when
Yeah.
they're ready. All right, let's
Yeah.
look at this one.
find it
Simplify.
too.
Latoya, how do you do the exponent here?
It's 3.
The one that I got is, the answer I got is, thing there. My answer was B.
Okay, you got B.
Yeah.
Audrey, what did you get?
For what? Which one?
Number 4, simplify.
Number 4, I get C.
Okay, you said you got C.
I think it's C or B. I don't. It says X.
Chastity, what
It says
did you
1 over
get?
X to the 4th.
I got B.
Barbara.
But I was debating.
Barbara.
Yes.
It is B. X. 1 over X to the 4th power.
Okay. Chastity, what did you get?
I have B, but I was debating. Actually, me and my son were going through it.
Everybody is right. Everybody is right.
Yes.
Because when you add, remember when you multiply, you
Multiply,
add
you
the
add
exponents. Remember the
exponents, yes.
rules? You
Yeah.
add the exponents.
exponent.
So that's right. So a -6 and a +2 equal what? X to the
Four.
what?
To the 4th.
X to the what? What's the sign?
4th power.
-4. Remember, a -6 and a +2, you subtract, and the sign is that of the bigger number, which is the 6.
Okay.
All right. But when you have a negative exponent, it's
Negative.
1 over the value to the positive exponent. That's why I say everybody's right. So when you convert this, let's take the x to the -4, and it's 1 over x to the positive. So this will be equal to
Negative 1.
let's see. Let me just get rid of that. Okay. So that's going to be equal to 1 over x to the +4. So this will be equal to 1. I'll just put the slash here. X, and this would be to the +4. There we go. Which is the same as B, except I have the slash and this has the dash. All right. So answer. Good. Everybody remember the rule, the exponent rule. So the answer is B. That when you have a negative exponent, it's the reciprocal of the positive. Okay. So number 4 is correct. Everyone had that one correct. All right, let's go to number 5. Now, I don't think anybody got this right.
I didn't do it. I didn't do number 5.
What was wrong? I'd like
I
to
can
know because Latoya, did you do it?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's right.
What answer did you get?
My answer, my answer was D.
Your
I
answer
don't know
was-
what the hell I
your
did.
answer
I
was
guess the
D.
answer was D.
Well, actually, the ones who sent me their answers, no one had it correct, and I'm wondering why.
I didn't know they had an E. I only had A and B. You see what happened? They say I had A, I had a B and C. And then
You didn't see
I didn't see
E?
E nor E. Right? I didn't, yeah. And I said, they got one or the other.
Latoya, did you see the E?
Let me get that one. If it's
No,
one.
I did Sapa D. I
But
told
when
him
I
I checked
accepted
with
it
the
had an
printing.
E. I think it was
It
the
is
only
number
one that
8.
had an
No,
E.
Miss Barbara, it is number 8 that I didn't see the E. I only see the B and A and the B. That's the one that I messed up on.
Oh, 5 didn't have an E?
Yes,
No,
it did, but it's 8, number 8 that I didn't see the E.
I didn't even know how to start it. Like, I didn't know. I was
It
all
was
over the
number
place.
8 that I didn't see, but I didn't understand this. I didn't understand
Yeah.
What
it.
was it
me
you
neither.
didn't understand, Audrey? I was curious since no one got it right. What didn't you understand, Audrey?
I didn't understand what the solution was. Her solution. It says that her solution is incorrect. So I didn't know
Okay.
what to do with this. I
Okay,
looking at the
okay.
A.
All right, let me explain this. What this means is, say for A, 2x plus 5 times the expression x minus 1 equal 9.
I didn't know that was you. That was that's what I was trying to figure out. What was if that is really a part of the
No, what it's asking is, are these solutions correct? In other words, if
A,
you
B,
put
C, D,
2,
and E.
yes, if you put 2 in for x, would this equation be correct? If you put 2.5 for p, will this equation be correct? If you put 4 for y, will this equation be correct? If you put 8 for w, will that equation be correct? If you put 8 for
Oh, I didn't
t,
understand that area.
all right, because that's what this means. Okay, she's reviewing her quiz. She knows one of her solutions is incorrect. So
Mhm.
Mary put x equals 2. Is that correct for A? Let's
Mhm.
just take A.
Yes, that's right.
Let's just
Yeah, I
take,
know. I had to do all of them, right?
yeah,
In
you had
order
to do all of them to find
Oh,
out
that's when
which one
I
was
didn't sure.
incorrect.
Oh.
So, okay,
Yeah.
so if you do this one, let's put the 2. She said a 2, right? So let's put a 2 for the x. Wherever we have x, we want to put a 2. So let's take the x out here and let's put a 2 here. Okay, so we have 5 times 2 minus 1. Okay. Now, what's 2 times 2?
4.
Or
4,
4. What's 2 minus 1?
1
1.
And what's 5 times 1?
is 5.
Okay. 2 minus 1 is 1, and 5 times 1 is 5. So we have 4 plus 5. Wait, 4 times 1. No,
The minus 5.
I thought it 4. I plus
no. 2 minus 1 is
5 will be 10.
1, and that's 5.
That should be 5 to
Okay.
this 10.
Oh, I'm sorry.
One.
Plus 5. That's right. 5. And 4 plus 5 equal what?
9.
9.
Isn't that what we have? So that one is correct.
Mhm.
Oh,
All right. So if you put the 2 for the x and you multiply, say 2 times 2 plus 5 times 2 minus
Let
1,
me
you
do that
get
again,
9.
but the one that I didn't get is that one at the bottom. And then I didn't do it.
Okay. So you had to substitute in for the variable in each one and see if you got what is on the right side. So
Mhm.
number 1 is correct because it says one of them is incorrect. So we know it's not A.
Mhm.
All right. Then you go to B.
Mhm.
Okay. B, and let's put in. Okay. Now P is 2.5. So wherever you see a P, you put 2.5. All right. Now we put 2.5 here. 2.5. All right. Now let's multiply. This is 2.5 dot comma. Okay. So we have 2.5. Let's just put here 2.5, 2.5 minus. Now
7.5.
3 times 2.5 is 7.5. So that's 7.5, right? And what's 3 times minus 5?
Minus 15. Plus 15.
Minus 3 times a minus 5 is a plus 15.
Plus
So
15.
that's plus 15. Now let's add that up. What's 2.5 minus 7.5?
10.
2.5 minus 7.5?
Oh, no, sorry. 5.5.
Yeah, 5.0. But it's a minus, right?
Yeah, minus
Okay.
5.0.
Minus 5.0, and that's plus 15. And this is a decimal, not a comma. Okay, what's a minus 5 and a plus 15? Toya, what's a minus 5 and a plus 15?
Minus 4.0.
No,
20.
a minus 5 and a plus 15.
It's 20.
Minus 5.0. Math is weird.
No,
Yeah.
what's a 15, a plus 15 and a minus 5? You subtract. What's 5
Yeah,
from
no.
15?
15.
10. 1.0.
And it's plus because the 15 is a bigger number. So B is correct. That's equal to 10, right?
Mhm.
You follow what we're doing? We're substituting for the variable in each one.
Oh.
And one of them is not going to come out right. So let's go to C. Okay, let's take C. And we want to put a 4 where you see Y, right?
Mhm.
So this is going to be 4 times 4. Okay, so we put 4 times 4 for the Y. 3 times 4. That's right. 3 times 4. Okay. What's 4 times 4?
16.
16. What's 3 times 4?
12.
12.
12. What's 16 plus 12?
28.
28. So we see that one is correct. 28, right?
Mm.
Mhm.
So we know A, B, and C correct. Now let's go to D.
Oh,
Let's copy this
if
one.
Barbara didn't tell me if mine was right.
What did you say, Latoya?
I said D. I guess the answer D.
Okay, well, let's see. We'll see if D is correct. Let's put it down there and then you'll know, right?
That can't be
I
right.
don't know.
Okay.
I guess because
Okay.
I didn't understand how
So-
to do it.
Okay, so
No,
W
you don't
is
have it. You
8,
understand
right?
it.
So let's put the
Mhm.
8 here,
Yeah,
put the 8. right? Now put the 8 again for the W. Okay, that's 8. All right. Now put an 8 again. 8. And then let's do our multiplication. What's 5 times 8?
40.
40. What's 6 times 8?
48.
48.
Okay, so that would be
88.
plus 48. And what's minus 3 times 8?
Minus
24.
24.
Minus 24. Now add that up. What do you get? What's 88 minus 24?
64 would be the
64.
answer.
64. Latoya, there you go. Yours is correct. So
I
we
guessed
know-
that one. I was half asleep, but I was like, this D is gonna work.
no,
I
no,
got
wrong guess. So actually, we can do
because I never
E.
have E, so I went to D. That's all I had.
Well, we can do E, but we know E is the correct one because it's incorrect.
E
All right.
minus
Okay, but let's just plug in to make sure. T
Mhm.
is 8, so we put 8 for T.
Yes,
right?
18
2 times T is 2 times 8, so let's put
times 8.
okay. And 3
Mhm.
times T is 3 times 8, right?
Times 8.
Okay, what's minus 2 times 8?
6.
No, this is multiplication.
Oh,
Minus 2
Oh,
times 8.
Is
minus 16.
16.
A negative
Okay.
16.
All right, so let's go.
16.
Okay, so we have 8 minus 16. And a minus 3 times 8 is what?
20 minus
24.
24.
Minus 24. Now, what is that equal to?
32.
32.
It
A
will be
minus 16 and a 24 is
A
40.
minus 40,
Yeah.
and that's gonna be equal to a
32.
minus 32. So we see that's the incorrect one because it said
Yeah,
32
minus
positive,
16. Yeah, minus
right?
16.
Mhm.
You see, so
24.
answer that is incorrect,
9 minus 40.
E.
Negative
E is
32.
the incorrect one
E
because
is the
E
incorrect.
said 32, but it's a minus 32.
Okay, I didn't understand how you do it. I didn't understand it. Yeah,
Okay, so when we put T is equal to 8, we don't get 32 for E, we get a minus 32. So which one is incorrect? E.
Mhm.
Got it?
You want to tell me, say you got a plot in a word problem now? You got a plot the
Latoya, you just took
function.
a guess, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because what this means is she put her answers for her variable. But when you plug those answers into the equation, you don't get what it's equal to for E, but you do for A, B, C, and D. Okay? So that's what that means. Which one is incorrect? In other words, which one does the variable equality doesn't match the equation? And it's E, because you don't get 32. You get a 32, but it's a negative 32. Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
curious.
close.
Yeah. Well, Latoya, close does not get you an answer. No, it's multiple choice. Unless they tell you there's more than one answer, but here there was only
But you
one.
never have negative 32, so me get half a point. Let me try.
Any questions on number 5? Because I was curious as to why didn't anyone get this one right?
Because we never see this type of one yet.
Yeah, well, in math,
That
you will
is
see
like
things.
everything is going up.
Okay. Well, the solutions are over here, right? These are the solutions. The value of
But
the
remember,
variable. Which
but
one
remember,
is incorrect?
but remember, Miss Barbara, when we know function, it say if fx, we used to it that way. We not used to it like this way. Because if you give it as
Yeah, I
fx, we don't know
understand
it's a
what you're saying,
function.
Latoya.
So we know that part, but
I
we don't know
know,
this
yeah,
part.
I know what you're saying. We could have said f of x equal to this and
Mhm.
put the value of x and tell me which function is incorrect. Yes, you probably would have gotten it right too, Latoya.
Yeah, because we know that, but
Yeah,
I don't know
because
this one.
yeah, as a function, you probably would have gotten it right. Yes, because we have done substitution with functions, but I gave it to you just as an equation. Okay. Just remember, math can come at you different ways. You got to be able to
Yeah,
adapt.
I be learning math a different way.
Yep. Okay. Number 6
You gotta
is a
factor this one.
factoring.
Mhm.
Now, Chastity, do you know how to factor?
Hold on. I got this one wrong. I don't know how to do it.
Okay. All right. Let's just. Audrey, you want to tell Chastity how you factor?
I didn't get any answer for that one. I went through all of them and it didn't match. So
Okay. Okay. Audrey,
Mhm.
tell Chastity how you factor. Well, I'm get you started. We have x. We have the expression x times the expression x.
2.
We just have to figure out what goes after the x. So
that
Chastity,
x2 minus 2x,
no.
right?
In other words, factoring is 2 expressions multiplied by each other to give you back this expression. You follow?
Can you say that expression?
Okay. In other words, the expression is x squared minus 2x minus 24. And I have 2 factors that can multiply to give you this. Now I know x is 1 and x is 1 here because x times x is x to the 2nd power.
Okay.
Now
Do
we
you
got
see
it.
the x on the next to the power? I mean, do you see the
That's not a
negative
power.
sign? There's another negative sign
Oh,
there.
yeah, that's an error.
For some reason, that's what I was
Okay,
mixed
I'm
up
sorry, that
because
may
of
have
that.
thrown you. Yeah, that's an
That threw me
error.
off.
That shouldn't have been there. Okay, okay, now remove that,
Okay.
Chastity. What would be the answer?
I don't know.
Okay, Audrey, you're gonna explain to Chastity how you get your factors.
I multiply the exponent by the, let's call the one at the bottom now.
Well, I've already pulled out the x.
X to the
X,
second power
x to the
is
second
2,
is x
It's
times x,
and X is
right?
2.
Now I
Yes.
want to get the other numbers that go in these parentheses. And there's a
Two.
way you can find it out, Latoya. What is it? You remember, Latoya?
You find the multiples of
2.
24.
That's right.
Oh, it's that.
You find the multiples of the negative 24, and whatever they are, they must add up to give you a negative 2. So what are, if you think of minus 24, let's just where's that noise coming from?
There's that Audrey's paper.
Not me.
That's
It's
probably
me.
that's
I'm gonna look at
Latoya.
right
I
now.
know who it is. Okay. Chastity, what are 2 factors I can multiply to give you a negative 24?
Mm,
Think of 2 numbers I can multiply and get a negative 24.
mm,
6, negative 4, negative
2 numbers I can multiply and get a negative 24. Chastity, 2 numbers.
6 times 4.
Okay, 6 times 4. But for it to be a negative, one of them has to be negative, right? Which one you want to be negative?
The 6.
negative
Okay.
4.
Okay. Oh, she said the 6, the minus.
Negative 4 times
Could
6.
do either or.
Well, no, it's only one that can be negative. Because remember I said, whatever the factors you get for the negative 24, when you add these up, you should get a negative 2. Now let's find out, Chastity, if yours work. Now, if we take the minus 6 and we add a plus 4, let's just add this minus 6 and a plus 4. Move this over a bit, and let's just we'll add this. So Chastity, what do I get when I add? Sorry.
That's
Okay.
negative 10.
No, subtract.
Oh,
Minus 6 and a plus 4 gives what? Subtraction.
6.
Unlike signs, what is it?
6. Negative 6.
No, a minus 6 and a plus 4 gives you what?
Positive 6.
No, subtraction.
Negative 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. Damn. I was adding
Yeah.
adding both. It gave me 10 and then I
Subtraction.
subtracted the 4.
Unlike
All right, so
signs,
it's
you
2.
subtract negative 2, and it's negative because you have more negative and positive, or the bigger number is 6 and it's negative. So remember I said the factors that you choose for your negative 4, those same factors must add and give you negative 2. So we see that our answers are minus 6 and a plus 4. Okay, so then we put a minus 6 and we put a plus. Well, let's bring that over. And we put a plus 4. Okay, so those are factors. Now, this works when your x, when your coefficient of your x is a 1, like it is here. Whenever it's a 1, you can take the constant, get its factors, and whatever they are, they must add up to give you this coefficient of the x. So you pick 6 and 4. Negative 6 times 4 gives a negative 24. Add a minus 6 and a plus 4, and you get a negative 2, which is what that coefficient is. So it would be the negative 6 and the plus 4. And what answer is that, Chastity? What's the answer? A, B, C, or D? Chastity?
Yeah,
Which one, Audrey?
yeah.
A, right? Because A is x minus 6 times x plus 4. Those are your factors.
Oh, I get that one right.
You had it right? Very good.
Yeah.
Because you see the 8 and the 3 are factors of 24, but when you add them up, you don't get a negative 2. Like here, you'd get a plus 5. Here, you'd get a minus 5. So that doesn't satisfy the coefficient of your x. What kind of equation is this, Latoya?
Factor in.
No. What kind of equation is this?
I forgot.
Quadratic.
Yeah, quadratic, yeah.
Ax squared, bx constant. That's a c, that's a b, and that's a a, which is in this case is a 1. So when that coefficient is
Nice.
1, the
I
rule
forgot, I
is
didn't tell you, but I thought you was on the phone. Oh,
the rule is
okay.
when this is a 1 coefficient on your x square, then take the constant, get its factors, and if they add up to give the coefficient of the x, and that's correct. So Shasta picked the 6 and the 4, and since it's a negative, 1 has to be negative. Negative 6 times 4 is negative 24. When you add a negative 6 and a plus 4, you get a negative 2. So those factors are correct. Now notice I put the x's in there because x times x gives you x to the 1 plus x to the 1 give you x to the second. So x times x give you x squared. So it's getting the other numbers that make up the factors. Questions on number 6. Remember, factoring is just really breaking the number or breaking up the number or expression into two things that multiply to give each other. In other words, if I ask you, let's take, what are some factors of 100, Latoya?
25, 5, 25.
5 times 25 is 125.
20, I mean.
20 times what?
20 times 5 equals 100.
Yeah, 20. Okay. 20 times 5. Okay. What's another factor?
25 times 4.
Yep. 25 times 4.
50 times 2.
Yep. All those are factors. Okay. 25 times 4. 50 times 2. These are factors other than 1. We don't use the 1. Okay. So 50 times 2. These are numbers you multiply. Let me just move that over so that would be. Okay. These are numbers that when you multiply, you get back the original number.
Yeah, without leaving a remainder.
That's right. What are factors of 2 other than a 1?
2.
No, I say other than a 1. What are factors of the number 2?
4.
2?
2.
Yeah. What do you multiply to get 2 other than a 1?
1. Mhm.
1.
Other than a 1.
2 times 0.
It's 0. Any number times zero is zero, Latoya. So there are really no factors of two other than two times
Two is
one.
two is a prime number.
That's right. So we only have 2 times 1, right?
Yeah, that's the only
what about
thing,
3? What about 3? What are the factors?
3 times 1.
Other than 1?
One, no, it's nothing else.
No, it doesn't have factors. But if you took the number 4, you can multiply 2 times 2, right?
Yeah, 4 has a factor.
Yeah, so you can break up certain numbers into factors, but some only have 2 and 1. So like we say, they are prime numbers.
Yeah,
Okay?
2 and 3 is prime number.
Yes. All right, let's go to number 7.
2 and 3 is what you said?
Or we call them prime numbers. And
They
what's a
can be
prime number?
multiplied by 1.
Okay, thank you.
Prime numbers. Yeah. The only factors are the number and a 1. Those are the prime numbers. Like a 2, a 3, a 5, a
Yeah.
7. 9 is not, because 9 can be 3 times 3, right?
Yeah.
So some of your prime numbers we said was what? 2, 3, 5, 7, 31. Okay, those are numbers you can only multiply them by themselves and 1. And the ones that are not prime number, we call composite numbers. Okay, so if you're not prime, you're composite. And that's spelled COMPOSITE. Composite numbers. Like 4 and 6 and 8 and 14 and 20 and 22. Okay. Okay, let's look at number 7. Audrey, did you solve number 7?
I think I do it halfway and then I think I guess the other part. I think so.
Okay, let's
Let me
see.
tell you what I did.
All
First,
right,
what I did is I find the I find 3.3% of the 1500 is 3%, 4%. 4% of the 1500. And I subtract it. I subtract the percent they get out from the 15,000. And then I find the 3.5% of that balance. And I think I add it. I think I add it to the
now wait, Audrey, you only had to pick out the equations that you can use to find how much you invested at each rate. So you didn't have to solve anything. You had to pick
Oh, but
the setup.
I do that. Yeah, but I do that yet for myself to get that.
Okay, but what's the setup then?
Mhm. Okay, the setup was let me see what I put.
What's the answer for the setup? One invested 15,000. That's the total he invested, right? And
Mhm.
so he had 2 parts, and we call one X, one Y. One he invested at 4%, the other at 3.5%. His total interest was 315, and that's going to come from multiplying his percent times what he invested. So which of these equations is correct for finding how much he invested at each rate? What's the answer?
I can't remember what I put. I think I put B, but I don't remember if it's P or D or B or D. I put all the answers. I don't remember no way right.
Cassidy, which one did you put?
I think I
I
put D.
put B, but I want to go over it. I want to go. over-
Okay. Latoya,
Miss Barbara, oh, all about
Yeah.
which one did you put, Latoya?
This was I put. Let me see.
I said D.
You said B.
Let me see what I put.
D as in donkey.
You said D. Okay.
Oh, let me see what I put.
I didn't hear the answer. Now, 15,000 is how much he's investing.
Right.
So that 15,000 is divided among 2
Mhm.
parts, right? So that means if we say X is one part, then Y is the next part. That would give you the X plus Y
Y
as 15,000 right here.
Mhm,
Other words, X amount plus Y amount invested is equal to a total of 15,000.
mhm,
Got it?
mhm.
Yeah,
The-
change. My answer is A. I changed
No,
my
but that's,
mind.
I see you did, Latoya. After you see it's only added.
No, I was looking at it. I was like,
Now
sure.
you see why you changed to A, Latoya?
Well, let me see. Number seven.
Because Chastity, the amount you invested, you invested a total of 15,000,
Oh, and number 9, see.
but
Oh,
it
I
was
think I
what?
got it wrong.
2 accounts.
Yeah, I
So
got
you
it wrong.
put
This is
part
already-
in one account and part in another account, and they add up to a total of 15,000 invested. Now, the amount that you invested, your interest income is going to be your percent times the amount you invested. So for the 4%, change the 4% to a decimal. It's going to be 0.04 times X, the amount invested. When you invest in it with the 3.5%, change that to a decimal, 0.035 times the Y amount invested gives you the total investment income interest of $315. See, the 315 is interest, the 15,000 is the total invested. Chastity, you follow?
So,
Can you go back over that again?
Okay, let me go back and over again. One, okay, let's just let me underline this. One invested 15,000. Part at 4%. Let's just put part at 4%. And the rest at 3.5%. So those are our keys right there. 3.5%. And this is his,
Okay. Okay.
okay, I'll just put
This one
the
is
income that he made is $315. Okay,
15.
so those are your key things there.
The interest
So
is 315.
just to say he invested 7,500 is his X, then 7,500 is his Y. That represents the money that he invested, the X amount and the Y amount. You follow? The X amount invested plus the Y amount invested equal
that's
a
the
total
15
of 15,000. Right there.
The X amount would be the 15,000.
The X amount plus the Y amount. See,
It's the
he
15,000.
invested a total of 15,000, but part of it was invested at 1% at a percent of 4, and the other part was invested at a 3.5% rate.
So I had to divide the 15,000 by 2 to find out that.
No, you don't know what he invested. You'd have to solve these two equations.
Oh,
The actual find how much he invested, which is not what they ask you, but if you wanted to find it, you'd have to solve these two equations, okay? With one unknown. There are different ways you can do it. You could put X equal 15,000 minus Y, and then you could substitute that here and just have Y and solve for Y. I mean, it can be done if you had to do it, but they wanted to see the setup. So
yeah, but it's best if you know how you do it, so that in case you come across something like it again, that you would know how you do it.
okay, so we can go through it. I'll show you how to do it. But what I want you to understand is when you're given problems of this type, you find the setup, look at the key things that you're given. He invested 15,000, but he didn't invest it in one interest-bearing account. He put some at 4% and some at 3.5%. So the total amounts he invested adds up to 15,000. That would be his X amount plus his Y amount. You don't know what they are, but we can find them.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the 4% of the X amount, that's the
15,000.
0.04. And then the 3.5% of the Y amount, that's the 0.035, is equal to his total interest income of 315. Chastity,
Okay.
you following?
Yeah.
Okay, so 315 is what he made on his interest income. 15,000 is the amount he invested in those two interest-bearing accounts, one at 4%, one at 3.5%. Okay, so that means the setup is A. Now, Audrey is saying, how do we find how much he invested in each account? Now, we can find that. We can take these two equations. Okay, we got two equations and two unknowns. All right, so let's just copy that. Okay. Now we've got two equations and two unknowns. Now we can, well, different ways you could do it. You could find how much X is in this equation and substitute it in this one. Okay, so if X plus Y is 15,000, Latoya, what is X equal? If X plus Y is
Yeah.
15,000, what is X equal to, Latoya?
750.
No. I want you to solve this equation for X. What is X? How would you solve this equation for
15,000.
X? Go ahead, Latoya. I think you were about to say it. Yes, you do. How do you solve it for X?
What I did again, I forgot now, you know. X.
What would you do to solve this X plus Y is 15,000 for just X? What would you do? It's an addition. That means you're going to do a subtraction. So what do you,
Minus, yeah, minus.
yes. So what do you subtract?
Minus 50, minus Y.
Yes,
Minus.
subtract Y. That's very correct from both sides. Okay.
I'm telling you, algebra come in everything. Oh,
Yes, you're right. Subtract Y from both sides. So let's just do that. Okay. We take the X plus Y is 15,000 and subtract out the Y. So let's put that here. Okay. Subtract Y from both sides. So that would just give me minus Y, and do the same thing over here, right? Minus Y. Okay, Latoya, what do I get on the left side?
let me see. Oops.
Right here. What is that equal to?
Wait. So you're gonna get, oops. 15Y. No,
Right. What's X plus Y minus Y?
is X.
That's right. It's just X because Y plus Y minus Y is 0. So X equal, and what we have left on the right is just 15,000
Y.
minus Y.
Yeah.
Minus Y. Okay. So that's what X is. Okay. Now, that means you can substitute that in the equation below. So let's say substitute X in the next equation. Okay, so in this equation for X, we want to put 15,000 minus Y, right? Because then we'll have just one unknown. So for that X, let's put 15,000 minus Y. Okay. Now, Audrey, what do I get on the left side? What do I get here, Audrey?
Okay.
15,000.
Mm.
Cut that out. 15,000 times 0.04. What is that equal to?
600.
600, that's right. So that's 600. And 0.04 times minus y would be a minus 0.04y. That's a decimal point. Okay. All right. So now we multiply 0.04 times 15,000 is 600. 0.04 times minus y is 0.04y. And then we just put our plus 0.035y, decimal point. Okay, and that's equal to 315. Somebody should go to mute, making noise. Is that you, Latoya?
Yeah, it's me.
Okay.
What the hell is that?
Audrey, what do I do next?
Subtract 3.5. 350 from both sides? I'm not sure.
But you've got some y's there you have to combine, right?
I didn't hear you.
You have
You got one?
some y's there you have to combine, correct?
Oh, yes, you gotta add. You gotta add those 0.4y plus 0.35y.
That's a minus
That's a negative.
negative 0.04y plus 0.035. What is that equal to?
Okay. Let's check it out. Let's see. 0. Okay, let me see.
So we'll have 600.
Point.
Add those two together, and what do you get?
Mm,
We know it will be a negative because the 0.04 is the bigger number and it's
That
negative.
is-
So what would that be?
0.435.
No. A minus and a plus, you're going to subtract. A minus 0.04 and a plus 0.035. What would that give you?
Okay, 6.04 minus 0.035.
What do you get?
0.005.
That's right, 0.005. So that's a minus 0.005. Okay. And that's equal to 315. So what do I do next? I'm sorry, this is y. This is a y here. Okay, so what do we do next, Audrey? The next step. We're solving for y. So what's the next step? I'm going to copy this.
You subtract 0.05 from both sides? I'm not sure.
Okay.
250.
Now I'm right here. So what do I do next? I've got 600 minus 0.005y equal 315. What's my next step? A couple of ways you could do it, but what would you do next?
Sure.
Well, let me give you a hint. How would you get the 600, which is a constant, with the 315? What would you do?
You subtract 315 from both sides?
No. You want to get the 600 over here. So what would you do? Subtract is right, but what would you do? Subtract what?
600 from both sides?
That's right. Very good. 600 from both sides. Okay, let's do that. Let's just copy that and then subtract our 600. Okay. Okay, so we want to subtract the 600. So let's put the 600 here, minus 600. Do the same thing on the right, minus 600. So what do I have left on the left side? What's remaining on the left side, Audrey?
And left side is 0 X.
No. What's on the left side?
600.
Plus 600 minus 600 is 0. So I have this left, right? Minus 0.005y. Correct?
600.
Yeah, the 600, the plus and the minus is going to give you 0.
Right.
So I'll have left, what I have remaining is on the left side, minus 0.005y. What do I have on the right side? What's 315 minus 600?
Okay, 315.
315 minus 600. What does that equal to?
Negative 285.
Negative 285. Okay, now how do I solve for y? What do I do to both sides to solve for y?
We subtract 285. I'm sure.
No. Y is connected to 0.005 by multiplication.
Oh, yes.
Audrey, what's the opposite of multiplication?
Division. Division.
Division. So I would divide what?
That's 0.005.
That's right. Both sides. Okay. By minus 0.005. Okay. So I divide, let's just do that. Add both sides by minus 0.005.
0.005.
Okay, so let's just do that. Put the minus 0.05 underneath. That's the divisor. Do it on both sides. So that would be 0.005. And that's a negative. Let's put the negative here. And do the same on the right side. Minus 0.005. Okay. Now, what do we have left on the left side?
Y.
That's right, y. And equal, let's put the little y to be consistent. Okay. 285 divided by 0.005. What is that equal to?
I got 57,000.0002.
285 divided by 0.005.
Okay, it's negative. That's negative, right?
Yeah, that's negative. So what is that equal to?
0.005. Negative 114,000.
285 divided by 0.005.
Yeah. Oh, wait, 0.0. I do the other. No, I put more than that. 285 divided by .005 is 57,000.
57,000.
which is not right.
57,000, huh?
But that's not right.
The answer is
Should
given.
that be negative? Okay, wait, let me go back again.
Okay.
Okay, negative 285 divided by 0.005. Negative 57,000? Now we get.
Oh, it's a positive because not minus of a minus is a plus, but there's an error somewhere. Let's
I
find out
do it
where
with the negative. I do it with negative.
no, negative over negative is positive. Negative over negative is positive. But there's an error someplace because we said that this total is,
Okay, let me
is
go back. Let me go back.
15,000.
Okay,
So
negative.
let's go back.
Okay, let me go back. Negative, wait a minute, negative, go back up the top, let me see. This.
Okay,
Negative
X plus,
285,
okay,
negative
X-
285 divide by 0.005, that's negative.
which is negative. So yes,
Oh,
so your answer is
negative,
going to be positive. Now,
negative.
we know this is wrong because X and Y should add up to 15,000. So let's just see where our error is. So we subtracted Y from both sides and we got X equal 15,000 minus Y. And then we substituted, this was 0.04X, 15,000 minus Y plus 0.035Y equal 315. 0.04 times 15,000, we got 600. 0.04Y, 0.035, that's 315. 600 minus 0.04 and plus 0.035 gives you 0.005. So we subtract 600 from both sides and we got a minus 285 on the right and we had 0.005 left. Okay, that's Y. Divide both sides by 0.005. But there's an error somewhere because the thing is the two should add up to 10,000. We've got a number bigger than 10,000. So let me go back up here. X plus Y is 15,000. 0.04X, 0.04X, let me go back up here.
It's 0.04.
Plus 0.035Y is 315. So we took the X plus Y is 15,000 and solved for X. X equals 15,000 minus Y. So that is correct. Then we took the 0.04X and put 15,000 minus Y. Plus 0.035Y is equal to the 315. 0.04 times 15,000. Let's see, make sure that's 600. Okay. 0.04 times 15000. That's 600. That's correct. 0.04 times minus Y is minus 0.04Y. Okay. Minus 0.04Y plus 0.035Y.
You take the contact?
So he says 600 minus 4 minus.
And that gave us the 0.005Y and the 600 minus, that's 315. Okay.
Minus 600 minus
Okay.
0.04. 600 minus 0.04 is 599.96. That's what you get, you know. I don't know if that's right. Or something like that. 600 minus 0 minus 0.04.
Yeah, right here. 0.04 times 15,000 is 600.
And 600.
And 0.04 times minus y is 0.04y. Plus 0.035y is what we had here, and that's equal to that total interest, 315.
So you add the 600 minus the 0.4y.
Yeah, the
gotta
minus
subtract-
0.04y and the plus 0.035y gave us the minus 0.005y, because that's a subtraction, because it's a minus and a plus, right?
Mhm.
Then we subtracted the 600. Let's see, 600. Minus, okay, so
600
that's
minus
315 minus the 600, and that's how we got the, what, the 285? Well, down here. 315 minus 600, we got the 285.
315 minus 600. Okay, I'm see 315.
Okay.
315
Minus 600.
minus
And then
685.
315 gave us the minus 285.
315 minus 685. Is that what it was?
315 minus 600. And we got a
315
minus
minus 600.
285 because that's a subtraction.
Oh, it's negative 285.
And then 0.005y is minus 285, and divide both sides by the 0.005. And that gave us a number that's incorrect, because we can't get, if the sum of the two is 10,000,
So you divide negative 285 by negative 0.005.
yes. That's how we got the 57,000, right?
Divide
285
0.
divided by 0.005.
Give a negative 57,000. That's what we got
Well, it
here.
wouldn't be negative, because negative over negative is plus. But
Mhm.
what I'm saying is that I can't get a y of 57,000 if the sum of the two is 10,000.
We still have a negative. Now we have that plus. Let me see. 285. Now negative 285. Okay. Negative 285 minus, right? Is minus or divide?
X plus y is
285 divided by. Okay. Negative 285.
in other words, the sums that I invested should add up to 15,000. So I can't get a y bigger than
Negative
the total. So let's see.
0, 0, 5, 0, divide 0, 0, 5. It's 3 zeros. 0, 0, 5. It's 3 zeros. 0.005.
Unless, I mean, this is a setup.
0,
What?
0,
But it's not coming out to how much he invested in each rate. Unless these numbers are wrong. I mean, we could set them up, but then when you solve them, if they don't come out right, then maybe these numbers don't match actually
Yeah.
solving.
Okay.
That's what I'm
Maybe
thinking.
that's why.
Yeah, that's, you see this, yeah. Because they didn't actually ask you to solve it. They just gave you these numbers, and then you were to set up how you could use this to solve it. So X plus Y is 15,000. The interest would be the percent times the amount invested for each percent, and 315 would be the total interest.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not sure if these figures are supposed to give you the,
Give you the right. Okay.
you see this, it says what set of equations can be used. Okay, we'll table this one. All right.
That one, that was a lot of work.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know it was a lot of work on it, but I'm not sure these figures are supposed to give you the answers, because they asked for just setup.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So
But then
even though, yeah, but that's the way you would solve
it.
it though. You'd have to solve the the set of the two equations. But let's just hold this. I want to try it another way. I'm
Mhm.
thinking that these numbers don't really give you your answers, but
I
they
think
give
you have to
they
find
give you the
Miss
setup.
Barbara. Miss
I'm,
Barbara,
I'm sorry, Audrey.
I
what
was
did-
saying that probably you have to find the 4% of the 15,000 first, right? And then subtract what you get out from the 15,000.
No,
then
no,
whatever
you
the
can't do
balance-
that because they say part at 4 and the rest at 3.5. So we need to know what
What is the part?
amount is the part of the
Right,
15,000.
right.
What
Correct.
amount is the
It's
rest?
the rest,
Because see,
right,
when I do it this way, I get a number that's bigger than the 15,000.
right.
Okay, that's why I say, let's just hold this. I'll come back to that. But the
Okay.
setup is A. A is
Okay,
correct.
yes, it's
All right.
correct.
Yeah,
Okay, so A is correct. Latoya, you had it, right?
yeah.
So let's just hold the, well, what Audrey
We
asked
did
was
one
how
of
much,
that with you all
how
some
much
time back, and it
Uh,
didn't come out either.
yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. I've
Yeah, we
seen
did
this
one of that and we
before.
tried to do it,
Yeah, yeah,
and it didn't come out.
you're right,
No
Came
problem.
Latoya.
out
I've
so
seen
much
this.
more.
But the
Probably not to
setup,
be done that way, that's all. It's not to be done that way. It's
But-
just trying to give them the answer
but
they
I
want.
just want to prove with another method that these
Mhm.
figures are not going to give you
If
what
you-
part was invested at 4% and what
Right.
part was invested at 3.5%. Because
Mhm.
sometimes a setup is not going to be actually used to solve the problem. You just
Okay.
using what they gave you
Give
for
you,
the
right.
setup. So
Mhm.
A is the correct answer. But
Okay.
anyway, I'll get back to you. I'll try it another way to make sure. Okay. All right. Let's go to number, what was that, 7?
This is number 8 now.
Number 8. Did anybody solve number 8?
I put my answer as B, 25.
How did you solve it?
I add, I took the 80.
Okay,
let me see.
let's go to, okay, Audrey, how did you solve it?
I divide the 80 by 2 and multiply the answer by 5.
You divide the 80 by 2?
That's what I do. I think that's what I did. No, it's definitely right.
No, you divide the 80 by 2, that's 40.
No.
I subtracted
5,
80
What did you
minus
do?
5.
What did you do, Chastity?
Yeah,
I subtracted 80 minus 5. It gave me 75. And damn,
And what did you do?
What are we paying with 5?
25 times 2.
540. 80 to 40 is 5.
What did you get for an answer, Chastity?
I put 25.
25.
Yeah, you got 25. So B is correct, but how did you do it?
Remember how I got it here?
Oh, I did it differently. I did it multiplied and I divide. I don't know why it's this element here.
Okay, I said I add. Let me see.
So what did you do, Audrey?
Wait, let me say what I did.
Okay,
She had 80.
okay.
Anne and Kate had $80, right?
Right.
Together.
Right.
So I subtract the 5 from the 80, left 75.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what did you do?
And then I said, if you had twice the amount, then twice the amount would be, it says twice the amount would be 50, and then 25 would be the 75.
Yeah, that's true. That's the way you could do it that way. Is that what you did, Chastity?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the way of doing it. But let me just set it up for you.
Mhm.
A is Ann and K is Kate.
Okay, it's Kate.
Okay, so A plus K, and they have a total of $80, right?
Mhm.
So we can set it up as equations. What you did is fine, and that's the way of doing it. So A plus K, and Kay spent $5, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And when she spent the $5, she had double A money. So K spent $5. So that's like a subtraction. So we can
Mhm.
say K
Yeah.
minus
Minus
5
three,
is equal to 2 times A.
times A.
Okay, so now you're translating the words to the math.
Yeah.
$80 together. All right. Kate buys ice cream for $5, and then she will have double Ann's money. Okay, so that meant that Kate spent $5. So
Mhm.
when she takes $5 out of her money, then she has double what Ann has, which is 2A, right?
Mhm.
Now you have two equations, two unknowns. How could you solve this?
2 unknowns.
Yeah, A and K. How could you solve it? There's a way you can solve it where you have one unknown. If K minus 5 is 2A,
Mhm.
then what is K? K equals 2A plus 5, right? Because you're adding 5 to both sides here.
Mhm.
Okay, let's just say add 5 to both sides. Now, what you did was correct and you got the right answer. But I'm saying if you had to translate this into equations from what they gave you, together they had 80. Kate spent $5. And after she spent the $5 for the ice cream, she had double what Ann has, which is 2 times A. So I added 5 to both sides and I got K is equal to 2A plus 5. Now, if you take this equation,
2A plus 5.
all right? And for K, substitute 2A plus 5, right? 2A plus 5. And what is that equal to? 2A plus 1A is what?
Yeah.
3A.
A plus 2A is 3A.
And that's equal to what? Now, we're going to
5.
subtract out the 5. That's 80 minus 5. I'm combining steps here. So 3A is 75. So what is A equal to?
Yeah. Equal
Latoya, what is A equal to?
25.
That's it. A
By both sides
equals,
by 3.
that's it. A equals 75 divided by 3 equals 25. So that's one way of doing it. But what you did was fine because you, Chastity, you said you did what? Repeat what you said. You said you took the 5 out of the 80, right? And had 75 left. And then for Kate to have double, you said, well, one had 25 and double 25 is 50 and 50 and 25 is 75. And that would be a nice, neat way of doing it, okay? But when you don't have a nice, neat way, be able to translate these words into the math. $80 together is A plus K is 80. Kate spent $5. That's a subtraction. 5 from Kate amount is twice Ann's amount. So this would be the equations you would set up. Then you can take the K and express it in terms of A, substitute it back in this equation, and then just solve for the unknown, one unknown.
Where does 2A come from though?
Where did what?
Wait,
Where did what come from? Chastity?
2.8.
The
It said
2A?
K minus 5 equals 2.8.
Oh, K minus, oh, right here.
Two-
Oh, this came from if Kate buys ice cream for $5, so she spent $5. That's the subtraction.
Yeah,
You follow? If she
the K
spent
minus 5.
$5 of her money for ice cream, then that's a
That's the
subtraction.
2 times,
5
yeah.
from Kate amount, and what she had left, it says will be
2 times.
double Ann's.
So it should be
So
2 times
that's
A.
2 times Ann.
And 2 times Ann's money.
Okay. So I'm just translating
The worst.
Kate buying the ice cream for $5 and that amount left over equaling double Ann's amount, 2 times A.
So what is it? 2 times 8?
2 times
Because
A? Oh, double.
Yeah.
What's double Ann? 2 times Ann.
What are
Double
we
is
doubling?
Ann's money.
That's money.
Ann
Well,
is
how
A.
much how we know how much she had and whether, because what I was thinking, I was having a hard time with this problem right here, because I said, okay, they have $80 together. So I was
Yeah,
thinking 40 is hers, 40 is Ann's, and 40
No,
is
no,
his.
it's not.
But it's
No,
not like that.
That's
not.
why they asked
not.
you to find how much money does
Not.
Ann have.
Because
So
she
we
has
know it's
twice,
not 40-40.
not 40, no.
Okay. They have $80 together, Chastity, but they don't have $40 each.
No.
Okay.
Okay. And then Kate
One of them
spent,
has twice more than the other.
yeah, well, Kate spent $5 of her money. That's the K minus 5. But after she spent it, that will be double N. So
Double.
that's how I got the 2A.
2A.
Double means twice the
Yeah.
amount.
Mhm.
You follow?
Okay, so the difference of the amount was $10 then? Because she spent twice of the amount that she spent. She spent 5.
No, no. She bought the ice cream for $5. That's the K minus 5 on the left, right? That's the
Yeah.
subtraction. After she spent the $5, what she had left over
times.
was
Mhm.
double Ann's. That means after spending the $5, she had 2 times the amount that Ann has. That's the 2A.
Was that the 75?
Yeah, well, it's not really this, well, she had
It is
actually
twice.
50. And Ann would have had half that, which is 25. You follow? Double Ann's money. So Ann had 25 and Kate had 50. 2 times 25.
2 times 25.
And
That's the
50 and 25 is 75, and 75 from 80 is the $5
It's the
that Kate
$5.
spent.
That do it up first.
You follow? That's the
Okay.
$5 that Kate spent.
All right.
You got it? So I'm translating the sum of the two, Ann and Kate, is $80. Kate spent $5 of her money. That's the Kate minus 5. That's the subtraction. After she spent that money, she had twice what Ann has. That's the 2 times A. Okay.
Which is a 25 times 2.
And then I just solved for the amount of money that Ann had by substituting, like I went back to this original equation, and if K is 2A plus 5, instead of K, I put 2A plus 5. Now I just have one unknown, that's A. 2A and A is 3A. 80 minus 5 is 75, and A is 75 over 3 or 25. So Ann had what, 25, Kate had 75, but she spent
That's the $5 she spent.
$5, and that makes up that $80. 75 plus 5 is 80.
Oh.
Got it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna stop here. We didn't get to it, the rest of our work, but that's okay. All right. So let's see. Where did we stop? So we'll
It.
okay. So number 9. Some of you missed number 9. Let's do number 9.
Yeah, because I didn't see C nor D. I didn't get that part C and D. I didn't see C and D. You want to go A and B. And
Oh,
that's
you
the
didn't.
right
You didn't see.
answer.
Okay. So
I don't know if it get cut off before. You know, I don't know what
You
happened.
didn't
If I
see
know it
it?
problems with my, no, I get a problem
Okay,
with my
all right,
tablet, and they just spray A and B,
okay.
and
Well,
they put the answers for that.
okay, now we have to multiply our coefficients. So what's 7 times 3?
21.
7 times 3 is 21.
21. What do you do when you multiply exponents? What do you do to the exponents?
You add them.
Okay, so Latoya, what would be the exponent? 10 to the what power?
To the 5th power.
To the 9 power.
9, no, 5 plus 4. You add the
Yeah.
exponents, remember?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
20.
Okay, so that would be to the
9.
9. Okay, now 21 times 10 to the 9. Now you don't see that answer, right?
No, it's you have to be a decimal.
Yes, because if you increase the exponent, you're gonna decrease the amount
Mhm.
It's
right here.
A
Okay,
2.1 times
so
10.
2.1 times 10 to the no. What is it, Latoya? What's the answer?
2.1 times 10.
A, B, C, or D?
One looks good.
A, B, C, or D, Latoya?
C.
C. That's right. Because
Yeah, I just guess it. I remember some. I
well,
remember
yeah,
it was
if
something
you
like that.
decrease this amount, you're gonna increase the exponent. So
Yeah, I remember you said that. Then
that's it. If you make this 2.1, that exponent is gonna go up by 1. That's why it's C.
Maybe I must be missing writing it
You
down.
don't see
You always have
21
to remember
times
your
10 to the
basics.
9th. You see 2.1 times 10 to the 9th, but it's 21 times 10 to the 9th. Decrease this amount and increase the exponent. So it'll be C.
Mm.
Got it?
Yeah, because I remember
Times 10 to the 7.
you tell us something like that earlier in the task class.
Yes. Yes. That's it. When you decrease the factor that's being multiplied by the exponent expression, you're going to increase the exponent. If you decrease the factor, well, this is decreasing it. If you increase the factor, you're going to decrease the exponent. So if this was 210, that would be 10 to the 8.
10 to the 9.
Okay. See, if you make this bigger, you're going to decrease the exponent. If you make it smaller, you're going to increase the exponent. That's why the answer is C.
Mm. I didn't have
Yeah,
B. I say must be
that
misreading
one
off that.
Question?
Uh-uh.
Okay. So we'll continue. We have, let's see, how many? We have what?
13.
Yeah, we have 13. So we're going to continue with this. And then we'll go back to our algebra sheet. I think we were on number
See what
number
time 11,
20.
right?
We had
You only had 11, right? Mr.
algebra
Barber?
number 4. We'll continue. I think we're on number 20 to 25. So go back to your college algebra number 4, and we'll start with number
21. I think it's 21. You said it's to do for
I
homework.
think it's number 20.
20 and 21. You said it's to do for homework.
Yes, 20 and 21. So you still have 20 and 21 of college algebra number 4. And
Right.
we'll continue with the algebra quiz.
So it's only 2 more, Mr. Barber, right? It was only 11 questions.
I'm sorry, what was it, Audrey?
I said it was only 11 questions with the one we were just doing, the
The
quiz.
quiz is 13.
I only got 11. We should get 13.
Isn't it 13?
It was 30.
Yeah, 12 and then
Mhm.
13. It was the
11.
extra credit. There were 3 extra credits, right? 11, 12, and 13.
Mm.
Okay, there's
Okay.
11 extra credit. We had 11, 12, and 13. So we stopped at number 10, and then we have the extra credit 11, 12, and 13. We'll continue. But your homework will remain the worksheet that we were on, and those
11.
problems that I assigned to you last time, we'll still be working on those.
Ms. Barbara, can you please just go up a little bit to number 8?
Okay, all right. Let me go up to number 8.
13. So we got number 13, number 8.
Right there, thank you.
Okay, here's
Yeah,
number eight.
Put it down.
Okay, want to come down? So-
So it's
Okay,
looking at number
there's
10.
number 8, and there's the solution. Okay,
It's looking at
and
10,
the
right?
answer was B. Did I put the answer there?
No,
No, I didn't. Answer B. B. Okay, and then what I showed you was the translating of the words to the math, just in case some of them are not as straightforward as you solving this. But the way you solved it was perfect, but not all of them are straightforward. So I want you to be able to translate the words to the math. Okay.
All right.
All right, so you know your homework. So we'll complete our quiz next time. And then you have your worksheet to do those same 2 problems that I assigned before. Okay. All right, so long, everybody. Thanks for sharing.
Okay.
See you
Say
Thursday.
that-
All right. And I will,
appreciate it.
okay, I will send you the session, and I will put this on YouTube.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
Night.
Good night, everyone.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
all right, bye-bye.
Recording. Bye-bye.